Welcome back to your bi-weekly forecast pick a card reading with Katarina Lukin. That is I. How's everybody doing? How is this new moon treating you? I, for one, have been, feeling the moods, feeling the water sign completely. Having my moon in Pisces also. Well, this is your time right now to settle in. Take a couple of deep breaths. I have some beautiful oracle cards, new ones that I could not wait to share with you. This is group 1, this is group 2, and that is group 3. There is a message on these oracle cards. They are stones. Let's just settle in here, centering ourselves. Camera's having a little trouble to do that. There we go. If you had your eyes closed, you can open them and just see which card, which oracle pile is attracting you. It could be the colors, it could be the stone, it could be the way they're positioned. And what I mean by attracting, I mean, they're catching your attention. They're kind of pulling your energy towards that particular pile. If you need to pause this video to have a couple of more seconds to yourself, please do so. And for all those who are ready, the timestamps are down below. Let's begin. Welcome, my group 1s, to your bi-weekly forecast pick a card reading. This is for the new moon in Pisces, the first new moon in March, but it's not limited to that. If you're watching this at a different time frame, it's probably because there's a message in it for you. I have these lovely, lovely new oracle cards that I'm super excited to share. So you, darling, have chosen the petrified wood. It's about grounding, stability, and calm. There is an affirmation and a deeper description of what this is, so we will get to that. As usually, I always go with the overall energy of the next 2 weeks, what we need to know and where is it all going, and then I like to finish it off with the oracles for all those who know. You guys already know. For all those who are new here, hello, this is how I work. But for me, honestly, reading this oracle crystal card, grounding, stability, and calm, I'm kind of getting the sense that you've been, your energy has been a little all over the place. And I mean, the card pretty much says it's time for you to ground and just come back to center. I'm also feeling like a lot of dark energy around you, not in a bad way. I feel like it's just, I do not feel like this is your energy. I feel like you've been just picking up a lot of people's energy, other people's energies, and you've been just, it's very important. Grounding is one of the tools we use to cleanse ourselves. And one way that you can ground with the elements, with earth, water, fire too. Fire if you just do candle gazing, flame gazing. It's very meditative. Don't quote me on that word. Or even the air, like when there's a big gust of wind outside, if you could go out there and just stay firm in that wind, it helps to clear energy and space around us, right? Anyways, we'll get to that. Let's go with your overall energy. You have the 8 of Cups in reverse. As you can see, technically it would be like this for you guys. I don't know. Originally, the 8 of Cups means walking away from something. In reverse, to me, this means that you have been reluctant. You have been, you have to walk away from a situation or a person or people, maybe a work, and you have been procrastinating. You've been making excuses. You've been kind of lying to yourself. Not in a bad way. It's more in a way like you're afraid of the repercussions. You're afraid of the backlash. And this is probably where like the grounding and stability needs to come, and the calmness, right? Because I'm kind of sensing there's already a lot of ruckus. There's a lot of instability around you. There's a lot of chaos, but it's really just for you to walk away from it. By you being there and staying there, you're kind of feeding that fire. And it's just not healthy for you. As I mentioned, you're like a sponge right now, and you're just picking up everybody else's energy, and it's not for you to pick up. It's not for you to clear out. I mean, it'd be different if you knew how to ground yourself properly to actually release all that. I'm kind of sensing you're an empath. I'm kind of sensing that you're someone who actually would be very, very good in the arts of Reiki, any kind of energetic work right now. I mentioned Reiki because that's one of my backgrounds. So in the next 2 weeks is really going to be to or learn how to ground yourself, or to really walk away from the situation. But because you got the 8 of Cups, I really feel like it's a walking away that needs to be done. I don't feel like your situation is going to change. I don't believe like your environment will be able to adapt as quickly as you are. I feel like you're someone who's been working on yourself, and you've been someone who has been, you have been practicing the grounding. You have been practicing the self-awareness, especially the self-awareness. And the people that are around you are just not working towards that. Or to really use your communication skills and really be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I need. And this is what I need from you. Not in a forcing way, but just stating like, this is a lot. And if this is important to me, technically it should be important to you in terms of the listening, right? It's so easy to say things, but if the other person is not receptive or listening to that, you're kind of wasting your time, right? And if that's what you're feeling or sensing, I can't tell you what to do. I'm just here to read the cards for you. All I know is that there needs to be some kind of communication. And if that doesn't work, there needs to be a walking away of some sort. It could be the situation. It doesn't have to be the person, but it has to be the baggage that comes around it. Okay? It's not going to be the easiest thing to do, because I feel like there's a deep attachment. And maybe that's the thing that you need to walk away from, or learn how to do. Really detach yourself from the way people think, the way people act, the way they treat you, but more importantly, what you expect from other people, the expectations from other people, right? At the end of the day, all you can do is change yourself. And if the people around you are ready, they will, like the ripple effect of you changing yourself will help others just see their truth. Because at the end of the day, the way I see us going through our journey is that we're just coming closer to our truth, one step at a time. We're just coming closer and closer to this unwavering truth that is within us all. Some say it's going back to source. Some say it's finding yourself. There's so many interpretations, but what feels true to you, that's probably what it is. So let's see what we need to know, and where is it all going? I just want to remember which ones I used first. Yes. So this is another oracle. So what do we need to know? And where is it all going? So the unhappiness and the chaos kind of comes back with this 10 of Pentacles in reverse, right? It's not a bad thing. It's just it's kind of like a confirmation that you're feeling disharmony. This card, upright, means harmony. You have all your wishes fulfilled. You're happy. You're satisfied. In reverse means that there's this stability, and you do not feel like you have everything that you've been wanting. There's a feeling of lack in there. But it's very interesting because you have the Six of Wands and then you have the Ace of Pentacles, which are great cards to have in terms of this instability, because the Six of Wands is all about you coming to your success. It's the original card is really about a woman, a man, I believe. It doesn't really matter. A person coming in their high horse because they have achieved what they set out to achieve. And there's recognition, and you do feel that. You feel like you have been recognized, whether it's with people or your guides. You've been getting all these recognitions. And you've been even seeing like monetary gains from it in terms of new endeavors, all the projects that you've been doing. You've been very, very successful. You've been very, very happy in the way you've been portraying yourself, holding yourself, and moving forward with yourself. And with that said, this chaos might seem very overbearing, but you're handling it very well, is what I'm getting here with what we need to know. You're handling it extremely well. You received the card of grounding, but I do feel that you're kind of in and out of it. You're kind of on the cusp of really figuring out the center. You're almost there. If you had any doubts, you are almost there. Just keep going. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the practice. I feel like something big is going to happen. If you've been working on a project, or if you've been working on contracts and signing contracts, these volcanoes over here are exploding. So for me, it's like they will come through. And there will be new monetary gains from them. Now, where this is all going is really important and very interesting too, because you have to start off this whole where is it all going, the Death card. And then from there you have the Ace of Cups, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles is like you're going to reap what you sow. But then you have the Death over here that's saying there needs to be a moving forward, a moving on of something, the death of something that no longer serves you. So it could be this chaos that I was talking about, or it could be just this old version of yourself. And it's very interesting that that message comes up, because this chaos could be this old version of yourself that's keeping you stuck. So I was seeing it and interpreting it as people or a situation that you need to walk away from. But it could be just this old version of yourself that you're having trouble to let go, right? For example, you want to become aligned and you want to be a spiritual guy, but then you have the old version of yourself. It's like, whoa, I don't understand that. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable because I've never done that before. So I'm going to try to talk you out of it. And I'm going to keep telling you to do the stuff that you're more disciplined in doing, like maybe been watching dramas or talking gossip with that coworker, whatever that may be. It's counterintuitive, and it's bringing you back to that old version of yourself, but more importantly, that old energy. The old version of yourself is just like an outdated energy, if that makes sense. So that needs to die, in a literal sense. I do see hope though, because you have this beautiful butterfly right over here, and the butterfly represents rebirth. It represents coming out of the muddy waters, coming out from this very hard journey. Because when I have Shani in my head, but it's not the larva, the thing right before it. The insect right before it becomes a butterfly creates its cocoon. It actually turns into mush. That insect turns into mush into the cocoon to then transform into this beautiful butterfly. It's the reason why some of these insects are completely different colors, different shapes. when they turn into butterflies, because they literally just, it's not like the wings grow on these insects. They completely turn into mush and they turn into something completely different, right? Hence the whole transformation bit. So something needs to die. I'm kind of in a sense that you're already in that transition. But what's beautiful about all this is that you have the Ace of Cups. So there's going to be a renewal. There's going to be an overflow, not only an overflow of abundance, but more like I'm sensing like a trust in the universe. I feel like that's what was kind of lacking over here with the heart's desires, and you don't feel like you have everything that you've been wanting. I'm really feeling that it's because you lacked a bit of trust, and that's the only thing that's left to die. These doubts, these fears of yours of, is this really, like, does the universe really have my back? Is this really like my path? All these doubts that have been just bothering you, it is the result of you not getting what you want. You kind of stifle yourself in your whole manifestation game, and that's normal. We all do it. It all happens because we still have these old, outdated versions of ourselves that's programmed for, it's programmed for failure. I mean, even if you look at our school system, we're not programmed to succeed. We're programmed to make mistakes and then be reprimanded for it, instead of realizing that true success is making the mistakes and learning from them in a way that encourages making mistakes, right? We need to make mistakes. The more mistakes we make, the more we learn. So this death of this old self is going to have a renewal of your faith in the universe, in yourself. And I feel like that's what's being built right here. And I think that's why the card over here, the Oracle card of the petrified wood, about grounding and stability and calmness, is to ground all your fears and to allow it to just go through you, right? I will never encourage somebody to just be like, oh, just have affirmations. They're going to help you. No. There's a very strategic way that your body and your mind and your soul operates. And that doesn't include denying your fears. It's really about facing them head on, and asking yourself, hey, why are you here? Why this fear? Why are you here really? What is the core? Where did this come from? Talk to your emotions like you would a friend. If you can do that, you're like 15 steps ahead from the crowd and your manifestation game. Okay? And the beauty of all this is that the seeds that you have sowed, and you have sowed, like you've sowed so many, but these seeds are going to come out, and you're going to reap the benefits of this incredible abundance that the universe has been trying to offer and that you've been trying to create for yourself. So where this is all going is really beautiful, and you're already doing the work. I wouldn't even stress about it too much, but it is time to face these doubts, face these fears, and talk to them like I mentioned, like they were people. When you have doubts, oh, is this really going to work? Like, hey, where does this idea come from? Like, why do you think that? Why do you think it's not going to work? Where does this stem from? Oh, I'm not good enough. Why? Ask yourself these questions. I'm not worthy. Why am I not worthy? Where is this coming from? Is this mine, or is this somebody else's energies that I just sucked into my own frequency right now, my own energetic field? So let's read the message that the petrified wood has. Again, grounding, stability, and calm. The primary chakra is the root chakra. The vibrational number is 5. This I'm not 100% sure, but from my knowledge of crystals, they all have a specific frequency of them because of the way they're structured, especially inside the composition. Some are a lot higher and some are a lot lower. This one is vibration of 5. You can do your own research. I would actually highly encourage that you do your research on this. If this is the stone that has called for you, maybe it wants to work with you, or something similar wants to work with you. You can go to your local stone shop and ask more questions there. So the astrological sign is Leo and Virgo. The affirmation is, I am grounded and accept who I am. I'll say that again. I am grounded and I am grounded and accept who I am. So the energy of this card, petrified wood, is a stone of transformation. It carries a safe, secure, and calming energy. It helps to slow things down and enhance patience. It grounds us and anchors our spiritual self into the physical realm. And they even added a herb, which is cornus for you, which is dogwood. It's designed to renew. So it's for renewal, grounding, tradition, and kindness. So in case you guys want to screenshot it, it's over here. Once again, it's the petrified wood. And I also received these beauties. Sweet Ass Affirmations by Rage Create. So by pumping my action muscles, I make hesitation my bitch. Sorry. Expect a little bit of swearing here. So, by pumping my action muscles, I make hesitation my bitch. So, what does that mean? Whenever you feel the hesitation gremlins sneaking in, count down from 5 and pump up your action muscles. Turn the alarm clock off, count down from 5, and jump out of the bed like a squid on a rocket to space. Put your gym shorts on, count down from 5, and jog out the door like you're running from your mother-in-law. Not everybody hates their mother-in-law, but for those who do, for those who don't, you can change that to something else. Sip your coffee, count down from 5, and say hello to that sexy peer who is too shy to talk to you. If you don't pump up your action muscles, you have a 100% chance of never making progress. You can have it all if you flush your hesitation monsters down the commode. So basically, just attack your fears straight on, especially the ones of hesitation. So maybe this is the last little bit that you need to do, is stop hesitating and just take the actions. Find time to, exercise these muscles, because it is a muscle. The characteristic of facing your fears head on, of not procrastinating when you know you need to move forward. There's one great way of cutting the procrastination is just telling yourself, I'll procrastinate later. You're kind of tricking your brain. It's like, yeah, no problem. I'll procrastinate in 2 hours. I'll procrastinate next week, or I'll procrastinate tomorrow. These little hacks are super good. And you can feel free to use them for sure. So the last oracle for you is limitations inspire innovations. Ooh, that's always fun. We'll read from the book. So possibility, a bridge between worlds, innovation, ways of thinking, innovative ways of thinking, creative solutions arising because of the limited working materials, higher consciousness. The self-care message is believing that your limitations are permitted, settling for less, assuming limitations means failure. Which one of the 3 words on this card grabs most of your attention? So limitations, inspire, innovations, those 3 words. Did you get excited about the idea of being inspired, or about the amazing opportunity you have to create something totally innovative? Or did you immediately get sucked into the world limitation with a twinge of disappointment or a lament for the things that aren't going to happen today? This is an extremely positive card despite any appearances to the contrary. When we have the self-awareness to sense our current limitations, we can clearly see the opportunities for improvement and progress. Adopt a mindset of self-mastery and see the hurdles for what they are: self-imposed limitations, lessons in disguise, amazing opportunities for self-discovery and growth, and limiting beliefs that beg to be released. This limitation is not permitted. It is indeed changing rapidly, and you will transcend this barrier to your success. Allow your current limitations to motivate your growth. And these are some brainstorming tools with the universe in a limited way. Brainstorm with the universe in a limited way. Pick a word, the first word that comes to mind right now. Or if you want to be sure that serendipity is stepping up to the plate, grab a book, open to a random page, and point to any word. What's your word? Trust that the universe gave you the right word. Then ask, how can I connect my current situation with this seemingly random idea? What would a truly creative solution look like if I incorporated word, insert word here. That's what I mean by word. So this is like a great practice, because we were talking about not trusting, right? That was like the last little bit that was missing. The not trusting and not having faith that the universe has your back, amongst other things, that you are not supported, right, by the universe. So these two tools, these two questions that you can do is a great practice, and again a great character muscle building that you can use right now. And you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. That is a lot of information. And you have homework to do, darling, for the next 2 weeks. Let me know if this has resonated. And if it does, write a comment down below. If there's a little clarifications that you would like, by all means, let me know. And as soon as I have time, I'll definitely pick an extra card if need be. But I mean, yeah, it's time to get to work. It's time to let go of these limiting beliefs, my group ones. You got this. You definitely got this. You just need to believe that you do. That's it for these 2 next weeks. Have a great afternoon, day, morning. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Ciao. Hello, my group 2s. Welcome to your bi-weekly Tarot Pick a Card reading. And this is for March. It's full moon. This is in Pisces, if I'm not mistaken. But it's not limited to that. If you're watching this right now from another time frame, it's probably because there's a message in it for you. So let's start right away. You have chosen the opalite. Psychic abilities, transition, and spirituality. We're going to get to that towards the end when we get to the other oracle cards. So as I operate, if you're new here, I go with the overall energy, what we need to know, and where is it all going. And for you, it's the reversed hermit. So you've been someone, from this card, I'm guessing that you've been someone who's been hermiting. You've been just keeping to yourself. You've decided that you're just going to work on yourself, especially with like the psychic abilities, transitions, and spirituality. You're someone that's been really, really working hard into tapping into different frequencies, different probably psychic abilities. I'm getting the cue of channeling. You've been really working on the channeling aspect, getting informations from maybe ascending masters or certain gods and goddesses. There's like some kind of channeling, and maybe like automatic writing too, but definitely some kind of channeling in terms of that. Anyways, where I'm going at with all this is that the Hermit in reverse for me means it's time to get out of your bubble. Yes, okay, we do a lot of internal work by going within, but the real work is done when we put ourselves out there, when we encounter oppositions, when we encounter people who are not as spiritual and who do not understand really where we're coming from. All these, like, what's it called? The word, not oppositions, but it's like all these, you know, the yin and yang, right? All these contrary energies are really the thing that puts us to the test. So for you, these next 2 weeks is to get out of your bubble and start communicating. Start talking with people, random people if you can. You have a couple of doors that still need to be open. So yes, meditation and doing all that kind of spiritual work is beautiful and so enriching. But the keys that will really open those doors is when you actually are being put to the test. It's those lessons that are really gonna open you up and really, like, it's like saying, it's almost that I'm getting that you need to be triggered. There's still triggers that need to be awakened within you, so you could face them and you can really try to understand what are the core, so you can let go of them. Or these triggers need to be brought to light so you can now practice a spiritual practice that you've set forth towards. These are the keys that I'm talking about. Okay, let's see what we need to know for the next few weeks and where is it all going. Beautiful. You have the Muse of Emotion. So that's basically the King of Cups. You have the Muse of and you have the Sun card. That is beautiful. So beautiful. And we're actually missing one card. So let's just pull it right away for where this is all going. All I know is that what we need to know is that you're a champion. Like, you're the king of your domain. You're the king of, like, your emotional states, your spiritual states. And you're, like, in this huge manifesting, like, if you've been working on your channeling, the Sun card to me is saying that you're accomplishing it. You have accomplished it. And you have a Queen coming soon. I feel it's, or you're attracting someone with this very Queen light. I say that because it's underneath the deck over here. This very fiery spirit, aligned, someone who just gives from the heart. This lioness that is just ready to roar with the words that are coming out. It's a beautiful feeling. Or this could be you. Maybe you're this lioness, but I'm guessing you're attracting it because I'm seeing a lot of masculine energy. I'm seeing, like I said, these are muses, so it definitely could be, it doesn't really matter if you're a male or a female, but it's all about entrepreneurship, right? You're someone who has been putting themselves out there, has been working hard, has been working on themselves. And the Hermit over here in reverse means you need to put yourself out there even more. But I feel like you already know this. I feel like you're definitely aware of that. And you have already started to put those motions, put that into motion. Now, let me just pick one more. I'm not too sure what this means over here on the bottom. And like I said, that Queen could be somebody else that you're attracting, or it could be that inner goddess that you're tapping into. Maybe you've been a lot on the Yang side, and now it's a question of bringing that Yin side, because that's what Queens are all about too, right? That's too many cards. No, I just want one. Just give me one more to sum up this, where this is all going, because I'm not too sure if I understand. So where this is all going, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So it's interesting that you have the King of Cups, but you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is why, like, I'm getting a sense maybe you need a little more yin energy. Okay. Okay. Getting out of conflict. You do have the Queen of Swords upright, so you're definitely good with your communication skills. And you're pretty good at like just getting straight to the point. Okay, one more. Where is this all going? I have such beautiful cards for what do we need to know. So where is it all going? Just give me one more. One more, please. Okay, I have two more. Give me a moment. Huh, interesting. Okay. So, okay. So for me, what I'm getting here right now is that you've been kind of reluctant to just open the doors, maybe to your heart or maybe to your business, because you have a lot of entrepreneur, like that kind of, you know, that king aspect is about entrepreneurship too, right? And leadership. You've been kind of reluctant because you've been maybe burnt along the way. You feel like you've been giving a lot and not really getting your cup full. I say that because you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Upright means that you're being fulfilled. The universe is, you're just allowing your cup always to, it's a perfect give and take. But as soon as it's reverse, everything is spilling out, basically. So where this is all going, and as you can see, you have like conflict over here. It's in reverse. So the Five of Swords is all about conflict, but it's in reverse. So I feel like there's going to be less conflict. But you do have this Five of Cups upright. So where this is all going is you being more assertive with your wants and needs. Where this is all going is that you're not going to allow your emotions get the best of you, because the Queen of Cups in reverse kind of means like, you know, just emotional wreck. Okay. As a water sign, I know what that is very well. I see the Queen of Cups in reverse and I'm like, ugh. It's not a bad thing. It's just, it's more something to pay attention to. Okay. So you're learning how to discern your emotional side versus the side that is more aligned, right? Like I said, you've been working on your psychic skills, you've been working on connecting, especially the channeling, right? And you're working towards knowing the people that deserve your attention versus the people that don't deserve your attention, or who are just there to profit and to gain from you, okay? That's going to help with this Five of Swords in reverse. It really means you're getting away from all this conflict. You're getting away from the, I almost want to say, you're getting away from the cheese. You're like, I don't want the cheese. I don't have time for this kind of BS. And you're walking away from it, from these people who are just draining you and who are just sucking the life out of you. And who are like, I feel like the only thing that's left for you to do, I mean, it's learning. It's a growth, it's evolution. You're always going to be learning, right? But one of the biggest things in your life right now is to stop looking at the cups that have fallen over and spilled. So whoever these people are who have taken advantage of you, or who have taken advantage of your kindness or your wealth or your entrepreneurship, it's time to look at the people who haven't, or the situations that haven't. It's time to move and change your perception from these cups that have fallen towards the cups that are still up, and being grateful for all of that and focusing on that. I feel like that's like the last little bit, is to leave the past behind, allow it to get transformed, allow it to heal, right? To allow the channeling that you've been doing with these great people, and allowing these maybe healers that you're working with, or I don't like to call them healers, but you know what I mean, or the earth, to take your past. And this is a great visualization that you can do. Just take these memories of your past and just bring them to the earth and see them being decomposed and transformed into something beautiful. Allow them to blossom into what they're meant to blossom. The only reason why we have so much sorrow and our anger and all that is because we had expectations and we had attachments to a particular outcome instead of just seeing them for what they are, which is just lessons, which is great opportunities for us to become better people, stronger people, and allowing that perception, allowing that version to blossom into what it's meant to do, which is just making us stronger, right? Yeah, you also have like, it basically ties everything up. Even this page of swords in reverse, pages are all about messages, not expecting to get closure. We think that we need closure, but it's really our ego that believes it needs closure. I say that because our ego is always trying to keep us at a place of comfort. And when we don't have closure, sometimes we believe that our ego makes us think, well, we don't have closure, so we're uncomfortable. Therefore, there must be something wrong with us or the situation. There must be something to fear. But in reality, closure is fun, is nice. It helps. Don't get me wrong, it really helps. But it's not necessary for you to move on. It's not. Sometimes just accepting it for what it was, accepting that you don't know everything and that we're not meant to know everything, could be that closure for you if you accept it. Again, it really depends on how you want to see things and how your mind allows you to see things. And sometimes we have to discern, is this what I truly believe, or is this, my programs that are telling me that I need this closure, that this is how it's done. I feel like it's like that letting go of control. That's very important here in this situation. And I feel like that's what you're learning. You're learning to let go of control of a particular outcome of the past. It's like that one of the last little pieces that need to kind of break down for you to rebuild something stronger, something better. And like I said, you're already working towards it because you have the Queen of Swords over here. And she's all about discernment. She's very aligned and she's just straight to the point, and she's just great with her communication skills. But you need to get out so you can practice that a little more. Yeah. But if you don't watch out, she can become very, very controlling. But you're learning how to let go of that. And you're learning how to pick the right people too. And that's a skill. That's another muscle that needs to be, characteristic muscle that needs to be trained. And you can only do that if you're around people, right? Let's get your oracle cards. Let's go to the opalite. So I would definitely encourage you to, or do a little more research on this stone, carry one with you, or just work with it, right? The stones are meant to be meditated with a lot of the times because they have a frequency, a vibration, and people have been using it for so long. So they carry that inherent, almost like ancestral feel to them. And it's embodied in their energy, okay? So just to repeat, it was the opalite, psychic abilities, transition, spirituality. The primary chakra is the third eye chakra. Again, the vibration number is 6. It's, from what I understand, like I said, every stone, depending on how the molecular structure is going to have a specific frequency. You can look it up. You can definitely Google that and see. The astrological sign is Cancer. Your affirmation is, I find stability with a clear and open mind. I'm going to say that again. I find stability with a clear and open mind. The message is, opalite is a man-made glass that has a subtle energy. It is ideal for meditation and improves communication on all levels. The communication part, right? It adds in life transitions and helps remove energy blockages to our chakras and meridians. There's also an herb associated with it, which is gladiola. It's like a beautiful pink flower. Its meaning is faithfulness, strength, and clarity, which I feel like is something you've been working towards, especially if you're channeling, right? And then I have a great affirmation for you from the Sweet Ass Affirmation. I am willing to let my life explode with greatness. That is a great fucking affirmation. Wow. I am willing to let my life explode with greatness. And the meaning of this card is, you have unlimited potential to attract all the goodies you've ever dreamed of into your life. The opportunity is so big, it's scary. Our powers are beyond our comprehension. So we create securities, blocks, and obstacles to give us a greater sense of control. Every limitation you experience is there because you allow it to exist. There is comfort in not pushing yourself to be all you can, which is kind of what I was feeling here in terms of just hermiting yourself. Everything you've ever wanted also wants you. Will you allow a meeting of the magic? Oh, I like that. Everything you've ever wanted also wants you. Will you allow a meeting of the magic? As our friend Sarah Sittleman always says, how good are you willing to let it get? Oh, that's so good. How good are you willing to let it get? How good are you willing to let it get? Wow, I think I'm going to put that on my vision board. How good are you willing to let it get? Right? You're already mastering so much, and then you have a bit of baggage. Are you willing to let that go so something better could take its place? Our ego will say no, because it doesn't, it's the unknown if it does that. It doesn't know what it's comfortable with what it knows, right? And as soon as we let go of our baggage, we're entering this no man's land. And this is very scary for our lizard brain, which is controlled and have manifested the ego, right? So ask yourself that question. If you do anything, if none of this has resonated, ask yourself this question. How good are you willing to let it get? And are you willing to get out of the way? That's it, group 2. I hope this has resonated. If it has, do let me know in the comment section below. Love you all. I cannot wait to see you in the next 2 weeks. Bye. Hello, group 3s. Welcome to your bi-weekly Tarot Pick a Card reading. This is for March. March's new moon, the first one of its kind, 2022. This doesn't mean that it's limited to that. Energy has no boundaries, so if you're here right now, there's probably a message in this reading for you. And let's just get right to it, guys. Your guides have been like super strong, so you have chosen the pile with the fluorite. Healing, protective, cleansing. So there's a message in it behind, but we're going to get to that. The way I work, I always go with the overall energy of the next 2 weeks, what we need to know, and where is it all going. So for you, it's Temperance. I feel like this card has been coming up in a lot of my bi-weekly readings, in a lot of like everybody's readings, honestly. We are entering a period, not just us, but the earth and the collective conscious, where it's been in a standstill for so long. And there's still so much things that are marinating. And it's just a question of allowing the opportunities to see where we're all going, right? So for you in the next 2 weeks is really to stand still and be okay with not knowing, being okay to take at least the next 2 weeks to just allow things to come up to the surface, for you to be able to make the right decisions for yourself, for your loved ones. But also I'm feeling like it's time to just rest. I feel like part of this temperance is for you to rest. I feel like you've been running around a lot, you've been doing a lot of things, and for you it's really to incorporate some of that self-care. I feel like maybe some of you have been even in production of something, maybe a baby, and that needs time, right? Everything goes to its own phase. So it's really just to be okay with where you are right now. Okay? What do we need to know? The Ace of Swords. We have the Lovers card, the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. A lot of people are reaping what they sow. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. You have two major arcanas. Well, three if you count the Patience, the Temperance card as your overall energy. But in your reading, you actually have the Lovers and you have the Empress card. So for those that are pregnant, congratulations, because this is like a confirmation card. I felt it, but this is like a confirmation card right over here with the Empress at the end. Empress at the end. Okay, let's start with what we need to know. And these are the trump cards, right? These are going to be like the major events that you will need to kind of figure out in the next 2 weeks. So what do we need to know right now is that you have the Ace of Swords, Lovers, and the Seven of Pentacles. I'm kind of getting the sense that you're a little confused, okay? To me, the Ace of Swords in reverse, upright means something new, new beginnings, just new ways of thinking, perceiving. In reverse, to me, it's like stagnation, confusion, right? The swords are all about the mind and how our mind works and how it operates. So the Ace of Voices to me really in reverse really represents like confusion. You don't feel like you're moving forward. I feel like it's a lot of self-doubt. Right now is kind of creeping up, maybe because you're pregnant and it wasn't something that was planned, or it could be, like I said, a project. Maybe you've, and the pregnancy doesn't have to be literal sense. It could also be a pregnancy of a new project, something new marinating, something new coming to life. So for you right now, you're kind of hesitating. You're kind of in limbo, and you're really in that energy of what if, did I make the right decisions? Will I really be good at this? What was I thinking? You're getting all of those little, all those little mind demons just coming to the forefront. So the major thing for you that we need to know is that you have a decision to make. It could be in relation to love. It could be in relation to a move of some sort. All I know is that there's a big decision that needs to be made right now. The only thing I could say is like, listen to your heart. Your heart knows exactly what that is. However, with all this coming to the surface, your heart is not being heard. You might think it's your heart. You might be feeling, I should do this, I should do that. I would really get into a meditative state. Face these little mind demons first and be like, hey, who are you? Where are you coming from? Is this really me? Is this really like my thoughts? Or is this just like old programs running, or other people's ideas of what I should do running, or other people's opinions of me running? And really face them so you can really hear your heart. I feel like your heart has been trying to get your attention, try to guide you and lead you in the right direction, but you're just so in your head. And it's time to get out of your head and into your body and into your heart. Your heart has one of the biggest your heart has a bigger frequency, has a bigger magnetic field than your actual brain. But we wouldn't tell because we put so much importance on our brain. Okay. And if you can just do the heart coherence, I've been mentioning this so many times in all my pick a card readings, is one of the best ways to just get into your heart. It's very simple. Take 5 minutes of your time, sit down, close your eyes, bring your attention to your heart by placing your hands and pressing softly or just putting a pressure on your heart, this tells your brain like go to the heart, because the your touch is there. And from there you want to activate and you want to incorporate one of these four emotions, which is care, gratitude, compassion, thankfulness. Gratitude, thankful is kind of the same, but I can't remember the fourth one if that's not it. So care, gratitude, compassion, thankfulness, and you really, really, really want to feel these emotions. This will bring your magnetic field from your heart bigger and expands. It's how we feel, right? The more wide our energetic field in our heart is, the more we can feel and get more in tune with our environment and with the information that the universe and our guides are trying to give us. Okay. And I know you know this because you have the Empress over here. You're someone who's very in tune. You're someone who understands these spiritual like lingo. You know all this. You know it. You know it. It's just a question of practice. You just need to put it into play. Just do it. Don't even like if it's so easy to get into that program of procrastination. Just tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to do this now and I'm going to procrastinate later. I'm going to schedule time to procrastinate. I'm going to do it tomorrow, the procrastination. Just do it. Take that 5 minutes. It's going to be worth it, and it's going to help you with this decision that you need to make. Also, for some, I feel like there's a beautiful coming together. There's a beautiful romance happening. Just don't let your mind take over it. Do not let your mind tell you that or create any doubts in regards to this coming together, this partnership. I'm saying that because the seeds that you're planting and you have planted are coming into fruition. You've planted this, you've wanted all this. Don't let your doubts stifle and ruin your crop, ruin just your beautiful garden that you've already created for yourself. Now, where this is all going is beautiful too, because you have the 10 of Swords that's in reverse, but then you have the 8 of Swords upright, but it ends with the Empress. So I don't care what happens, but where this is all going, it's good news. I feel like if you are pregnant, I feel like as soon as you give birth, you're going to ask yourself, why did I stress myself so much? Why did I allow my brain to just take over like that? Because as soon as this little child comes, I feel like all your doubts and all your worries are going to go, and you're really going to question yourself. I could have just enjoyed this whole process up until now instead of putting my body into extra stress when I did not need it. I'm saying that also because where this is all going is that you have the 10 of Swords, which is in reverse. So you are going to succeed. Like if you really put your foot down and you say, brain, I love you, but let's negotiate something here. Let's get to the nitty-gritty and really get to the core of these doubts and face them. And this could also be about your projects too, the same thing. It doesn't have to be for children. You will stop self-sabotaging. You're going to take away all these knives that you've been stabbing in your own back, attracting these things. And all you're going to have left to do really is to take the blindfold off. The 8 of Swords in reverse is really like this person she's in shackles, but it's nothing she can't take off, right? There's no real knot around it. She just needs to move a little, and she just needs to loosen it up and allow herself to breathe so she can really remove everything and take off the blindfold on her own. I love her shoes too. It's like you're ready to come out. You've been preparing yourself And by you just putting and allowing these shackles to keep you just closed, and I'm really getting the sense that it's just, you're almost getting the sense like you're gonna regret not letting go earlier. And that's the realization that you're going towards. That's where this is all heading. You stop self-sabotaging yourself intentionally or subconsciously, but I feel like you do know that you're sabotaging yourself. Releasing the blindfold and really like coming to self and allowing the beautiful prosperity and seeing the world for what it is and the abundance, and being so grateful and participating in the beauty that is you manifesting your greatest desires. Really becoming a participating actor instead of a sabotager. It's not right or wrong. We all go through this, right? And let's get to your oracle card. So the fluorite, healing, protective, and cleansing. The primary chakra is the upper chakras, so generally from throat up, I believe. The vibrational number is 7. Every stone has like however it's composed, it has an actual frequency. The astrological sign is Capricorn and Pisces. Interesting enough, we're in the Pisces new moon. And your affirmation is, I am grounded and in harmony with the universe. I'll say that again. I am grounded and in harmony with the universe. The message is, fluorite is a stone of protection, working to stabilize and harmonize our spiritual energy. It works with our upper chakras, increasing our intuitive abilities. It can support mental clarity in chaotic situations and heightens intuition. The flower that is associated with it is malva, mallow, and the meaning is love, protection, healing, guardian. You have one more affirmation from the Sweet Ass Affirmation deck. My creative babies protect the galaxy from fear. I love that. My creative babies protect the galaxy from fear. And the message is, some situations in life can summon immense amounts of fear. Fear can be a scary bitch, even more terrifying than the ass of a dead rhino. Okay, that's very explicit. Fortunately, from fear's perspective, you are also the scariest mofo in the galaxy. Ooh, I like that. Fortunately, from fear's perspective, you are also the scariest mofo in the galaxy. Why? Because you have the power to create new life through voice, writing, visual expressions, physical babies, and pure energetic inspirations. Your creations will reap positive influence and help demolish fear long after your body pieces out. Whenever you feel scared, start grooving and shake out some creative babies. The fear gremlins will run from their lives. Long live the creative. That's a little humor for you. And your last oracle is Fierce Serenity. This will read the book because I just love Chris Ann's eloquent way of explaining things. So, essential meaning: strength, quiet force, determination, the energy of the pacifist, willpower, self-control, a pure heart, emotional intelligence, a loving leadership, grounded calmness, infinite passion, a gentle soul, a peaceful warrior. And a self-care message is losing patience, losing control, allowing your emotions to run wild, not standing in your power, being inflexible, a time to trust in your own abilities. Fierce serenity. It's a quality that's embodied by the peaceful warrior and by the majestic beauty of a resting lion. It's a feeling of power and one of flexible calmness in the center of a raging storm, regardless of any fear or vulnerability that you are feeling right now. This card reminds you that you are strong enough to handle the situation. Stand up for yourself with love and courage and insist on integrity. both from yourself and from others. When the world around you is challenging your inner peace, that gives you strength in uncertainty. Wait a second. When the world around you is challenging your inner peace, what gives you strength amid uncertainty? Root deeply into that truth as being fiercely grounded with change. The outcome will change the outcome of your current events. Now is not the time for brute force. Lead with love. The gentle serenity you project will be a steady force that will allow you to remain unshakable. Channel your love from the center of a pure heart and bless the quiet strength of your soul. It will prevail when it is given the chance to shine in the face of adversity. How would your situation change if you let go of the small stuff? What are some of your must-haves, and what can you compromise on? The peaceful warrior archetype whispers through the actions of extraordinary people like Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and Martin Luther King Jr. Is there someone who represents fierce serenity to you? We all have this energy in us. Where can you welcome more of it into your life? That is a lot of information. That was a lot of deep shit too. So take your time, take this all in. Let me know if you need any clarifications in something. I'll be more than happy to pull an extra card. Just let me know in the comment section below. And take deep breaths, right? All of this needs deep, deep breaths. It comes back to your self-care. It comes back to, moving forward and taking a step back. Moving forward and just because you're taking a step back doesn't mean that you're not moving forward. Okay? Do what your heart is telling you to do. Move forward in faith and not in fear. And just be patient. Patient that the right answer is going to come. But for that to happen, you need to let go of all the doubts and fears in your mind. That nobody can do for you. It's part of the job of being human, is to have all these doubts and fears and then to let them go, face them. It's part of the healing journey that each of us go to when we're embarking in this human avatar. It's part of the job description, and that's okay. And yeah, take your time. It's not a race, it's a marathon, and we're all going at the same place at the end. We're all going to die. Might as well enjoy it while it lasts, with the people that you love and that you want to be with, doing the stuff that you love and that you want to do, right? I hope this has helped. Let me know. I love to read these comments, and it keeps me doing what I love to do, helping people on their journey with one tool or another. Ciao, lovelies. Talk to you all very, very soon.